Well, Larry, thank you very, very much. Thanks for inviting me. Thank you to CWA and your hundreds of thousands of members building and maintaining our country's communications infrastructure. Thanks to you and CWA for this strong report and the ongoing work on the Speed Matters initiative. CWA was one of the very first organizations to question whether America's broadband networks are where they need to be if we hope to realize the full potential of this transformational technology. Slowly but surely, others have come to recognize the strategic importance of having world-leading broadband networks. But as today's Speed Matter reports makes clear, we still have a lot of work to do. The FCC has been working hard to address the key challenges CWA has highlighted in this report. The economy and jobs are at the core of our work. We're focused on seizing the opportunities of communications technologies to catalyze private investment, foster job creation, compete globally, and create broad opportunity in the United States. In our digital economy, to have an engine for ongoing job creation and innovation, America needs to build a world-leading innovation infrastructure. And I agree with CWA that the great infrastructure challenge of our generation is high-speed broadband internet. Robust broadband networks create all kinds of jobs all across the country, everything from construction jobs to urban planners and architects, engineers and scientists, salespeople, IT professionals. Broadband enables businesses to start and grow and jobs to be created anywhere in the USA, from the biggest urban city to the smallest rural town. Broadband opens new markets, allowing businesses, small and large, to reach customers in the next neighborhood, the next state, overseas. Broadband allows the smallest businesses to have cutting-edge products and services that increase productivity and efficiency, reduce costs, and boost revenue. Lower cost, more revenue, more jobs. By the way, broadband also saves people money. There was a study came out just a couple of weeks ago from the Internet Innovation Alliance that found that consumers can save almost $8,000 a year by having access to and using high-speed broadband internet. So broadband is not only vital economic infrastructure, it's critical to education, healthcare, energy. It's creating tremendous opportunities for innovation, investment, job creation, and improved quality of life. But as I mentioned earlier, as you heard from Larry, today's Speed Matter reports reveals cracks in our innovation infrastructure. For one, other countries have faster wired networks. We're used to hearing about fast networks in South Korea, Japan, Sweden. But according to the numbers released today, broadband subscribers in Romania enjoy broadband speeds significantly faster than the average American. Speed matters, because if we want the job-creating internet services and applications of the future developed in America, we're going to have to do better. That's why our national broadband plan sets a goal of 100 megabits per second to 100 million homes by 2020, 50 megabits, as Larry mentioned, by 2015. These goals would make the U.S. the world's largest market for high-speed broadband services and applications, unleashing American ingenuity and ensuring that businesses and jobs are created here and stay here. Because speed matters, we also set a goal of having at least one gigabit per second anchor institution in every community in the country. These ultra-fast testbeds will help ensure that America has the infrastructure to host the boldest innovations that can be imagined. In September, the Commission approved an order giving schools and libraries the flexibility to buy low-cost fiber through our Universal Service Fund, moving us one step closer to achieving this goal. And as the National Broadband Plan recommends, we're also working with the military to make military bases 1 gig centers. So speed matters in the aggregate. It also matters for individual consumers. Our National Broadband Plan found evidence that consumers' connections are much slower than advertised and that people are confused about what speeds they actually get. That's why, as part of our push to promote fact-based and data-driven policies, and as part of our push to promote broadband, we've launched a serious effort to give us our most accurate measurements yet of actual broadband connections to the home. When completed, we'll make this data publicly available, empowering consumers when it comes to broadband speeds and creating greater incentives in the system to drive speeds faster sooner. Now, speed is not the only thing that matters. As CWA's report states, to spur innovation, the internet must not only be fast, it must be open. That's why the FCC is also moving to preserve the freedom and openness of the internet. It's a vital part of what we need to do to unleash innovation and protect free speech, to foster broadband investment and promote a vibrant economy, to create jobs in the United States. And that's why it's essential that we move forward next week with our strong and balanced proposal to adopt the first enforceable rules of the road to protect internet freedom. CWA has said that our Open Internet Initiative will, and I quote, jumpstart broadband build-out and drive private investment. I completely agree. I welcome CWA's support, and I'm pleased that the FCC's efforts enjoy additional broad support from across the spectrum, including the tech community, leading venture and other investors, carriers, and civil rights and other organizations. As the Speed Matters report emphasizes, two key challenges facing the U.S. are broadband availability and adoption. Up to 24 million Americans couldn't even get broadband in where they live if they wanted it. And even where broadband is available, too many Americans are not adopting it. Roughly 1 in 3 Americans has not adopted broadband, nearly 100 million people. The adoption rate is even lower among certain communities, low-income Americans, Americans in rural communities, minorities, people with disabilities. We are behind, as Larry said, we're behind other countries when it comes to broadband, and we're moving more slowly than other countries. That's seriously dangerous to our global competitiveness and our ability to generate the jobs we need in a digital economy. To ensure that all Americans enjoy the benefits of high-speed internet, we're working at the FCC to modernize our Universal Service Fund from supporting yesterday's telephone service to tomorrow's broadband access service. Through public-private partnerships, USF helped bring phone service to all corners of the country. But the program has become outdated, inefficient, and poorly targeted. We're proposing transforming USF to focus on broadband in a way that's fiscally responsible, that demands accountability, and that works, that's targeted and effective. A reformed USF will be market-driven and incentive-based. That means using smart policies that deliver the most bang for the universal service buck, that provide real and material encouragement for companies to pick the technologies and services that provide maximum value to consumers at the lowest possible cost, and that allow the program to align scarce resources with real need to get the job done, the job that CWA is focused on in the report today. Now, to spur broadband build-out, the FCC is also focused on removing roadblocks to network investment and deployment. What do I mean by that? To connect all Americans to high-speed broadband will require many billions of dollars of private investment. For example, to lay fiber and cable, to erect towers for wireless. As our National Broadband Plan recognized, there are various obstacles and impediments to building infrastructure as fast and as efficiently as possible. The more we can streamline the rules and eliminate unnecessary roadblocks, the more we can reduce the cost of building out networks and speed up the time to connect people. In fact, our broadband team estimated that efforts to cut red tape in this area can reduce broadband deployment costs about 40%. That's a big number. That will translate, if we get it right, into more investment going into infrastructure in the ground as quickly as possible. Billions of dollars that could be moving more quickly to building out our networks, to hiring the people who would do that work, and not sacrifice to the inefficiency of the process. On this agenda, we've already established a shot clock for tower siting for our wireless networks. We're taking steps to improve pole attachment practices. Commission will also be working with states, local governments, and all interested parties on the important subject of access to rights of way. As the National Broadband Plan recommended, we ought to have a dig once policy. so that whenever, for example, a road is being repaired or built, fiber is laid at the same time. These nuts and bolts issues tend to be more arcane than sexy, well, at least to people outside this room, but they really do matter. So let me again commend CWA for the Speed Matters report today, for focusing our attention on broadband for many years. I think, Larry, people are catching up to what you've been saying, to what CWA has been saying for some time. We see the importance of broadband every day. It's impossible to miss the importance of broadband to our economy, to job creation, to small businesses, to health, education, energy. So I'm very pleased to be here. I applaud the work on the Speed Matters report. With your help, with the help of others here, with the full help of a very broad collection of people, I'm confident we can get the job done. So thank you very much.